What's going on, guys? What's cracking? Today is another fun day in the garage working on Kat's car, and we're working on finally painting these panels the right freaking color. So I'm doing some test passes this time around. I went ahead and stripped all of her dash panels again here. You can see they have a nice ashy look to them. I stripped them clean. So they did have paint. I could have just scuffed them and then sprayed them, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to bring it back down to the bare plastic so it is close to what you guys will have. So caused me more work, but it's my fault in the beginning and all that fun stuff anyhow, so it's no one to blame but myself. So what we're doing here today is trying to get to this color here. That is a brand new OEM 6P panel. You can see it has like a dark black finish with almost like a rough coating to it. I don't want to even put my finger on it because it'll leave like an oily residue, but that's a brand new panel. As you can see, I still have it in the box. I haven't used it yet just because honestly, I'm kind of afraid to. I bought it a couple years ago just because I thought they were discontinuing everything. I've got an ashtray. I've got a bunch of stuff down in the basement I just keep just for this fact. So let me bring this over here and let's compare it to what we have so far. Okay, so here's the first pass. This only has 2 sprays on. You can see there's a little bit of splotchiness because it's barely sprayed. I didn't want to go far with it. That is a raw plastic piece. Both these pieces are from Auto Extrude. These are the, I guess the cup holder lids as I'll call them. So give a perspective, that's the factory. This is a stripped plastic piece. It actually looks pretty close, right? But see how nasty it looks? So we have to spray it, and this doesn't have any texture, smooth. So anytime you do anything, look. See how I scratch it so easy because it's raw plastic, you know, there's nothing to protect it. Unlike this, which has the coating. Now, this first pass here, I did it with this paint here, which is the Rust Oleum satin finish. I wasn't sure which one to use. My buddy Emerson, thank you buddy, Emerson Floors, I appreciate the help with this. He used this matte, I grabbed the wrong one and used a satin. The satin has too much sheen to it, in my opinion, and is a little darker than I'd like it to be. You guys can see there. It's definitely dark. I'm trying to get it to the same and see the reflection off that versus the stock panel, which has no reflection, and I don't want that. Even when I did that, now looking back at it, it had this kind of reflection to it, which I want to get away from this and go to a matte color. So big shout out to him. Here's the exact one you need. You guys can get this at Lowe's. It's Rust Oleum, the Farm Paint. It's a matte primer and paint all in one. It's called Farmhouse Black. I've never heard of this before, and I'm not sure how he came out with it, but again, Emerson, buddy, thank you so much, man. So I'm gonna give this a try next. I'm glad I have 2 of these because I'm gonna keep this one like this, and then paint this one and then compare the 2. Now, what I do every time though still, I always use this wax and tar remover. This is what you wanna use before you start painting any of the plastics and stuff. Before and after sanding, it says. So I'm gonna use it right now because I don't sand these down. That's all you need to use this stuff. So I tack it down with this, wipe it down, and then I use a tack cloth there to get any bit of residue off, to make sure it's a clean panel, and then I paint over there in that little corner, and hopefully this looks right when done. All right, guys, so here's the final product. Here is a brand new factory, which the problem is most people don't realize like how light this actually is. This is what you get. This is what you have got back in the day too. So it is darker. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it does look good. This light is really bright here too. So what you're seeing right now, you won't usually see. The finish is actually quite nice. It seems to be quite durable. I did a scratch test on this. It will, if you dig your fingernail, it will scratch, but if I did the same thing to this, it's gonna do the same thing. So, I mean, you just gotta be realistic with it. Obviously, you're gonna be banging things on it and doing all that kind of stuff. So obviously, be as careful as you can, but you don't have to like, oh, put a cloth down everything. It's durable enough that you can like, actually use the panels and not have to worry about it, which I do like. So, only thing we have to do here next is spray the rest of the panels, which are over here. Get my big ass over here. Here's the rest of the panels. I need to denib them here to get them cleaned up. I've already put adhesion cleaner on them, and next is paint. First light coat is on. It actually has a very like nice tint to it right now. I wish it would almost stay this flat-ish looking. Maybe I need to stay back a little bit further, but this one has it too. It has a nice, I'm gonna let it dry for an hour and then hit it again, but I think staying back is the real key here. So hopefully if I stay back far enough and do real light coats, it'll come out the way I actually want it to look. So if anything, I'll have to redo that panel. That's why, yeah, we'll see. Now I'm kind of like excited, so we'll see how it turns out. All right, just did the 3rd coat there, guys. I'm really happy how the way this is turning out this time around. I might redo the one panel, but this coating, this matte primer finish, whatever, with paint and primer in one is really nice. I gotta do probably 5 or 6 coats because I'm doing it really light this time around, and it's really giving me the finish I was looking for. I really highly recommend this, especially for something cheap and you can do yourself. You can't beat it. You really can't unless you want to pay a professional. I think there's a guy that does these down south for like 200 bucks a panel to make it look like a 97, 98, which is like that olive weird color. So this is up to you guys. If you want to do it yourself, great. If not, don't need to follow this then. But what I do need to do is I need to go ahead and take this door panel off, which that did come open because the door's already open. I need to take the bolts out of here, take all this out just like I did the other door. And this here, I actually never paint. I left this factory on mine too because this doesn't have the weird coating on it for some reason, so it never really goes bad. So I just don't mess with it. It's on the other side too. If you have 97, 98 panels also, they don't ever change the color in this. It stays black on your car too. So there's no need to paint this. I'm not sure if you guys knew that or not. Plus this panel in this car, look at this. Minty, minty, minty fresh on this car. So going to go ahead and take this off and yeah. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to mention. I wanted to check because see how this sits up? I'm not sure why it's doing that. We're gonna try and figure it out here today. I'm not sure if it's something with the door or something else is wrong, but it doesn't want to line up properly. I'm going to use the door panel off my passenger, see if it's a door panel or if it's a door itself not lining up right. So I think that's our 5th and final coat. Now it's wet right now. I just sprayed it. So I think that's going to be it for it. I might have to spray this one more time just because it's so weird and you can't go heavy with it. You have to stand back when you do this. You need at least a foot away, if not 2 feet away to spray this. So it's a really heavy light coat. Real heavy light coat. That makes a lot of sense, right? It's a light coat, so you're really going over and just letting it just kind of land on it, and it gives it that perfect texture that you're looking for. So now it's just time to let it dry. I'm going over it, but I mean, this one turned out really well. This turned out really well. That I'm pretty happy with. That I'm very happy with. It's this. I would say this and this I'm just not sure because there's so much to get to it. Same with this. If you try to get every little bit in one shot, you put it on too heavy, so it makes it hard. Same with this because it's so weird. This is pretty flat. It has a bunch of holes, but it's one shot. Same with this, flat, one shot. I do have to get this edge first and then come this side, but for the most part, it's not that bad. I did end up getting her door off, which is pretty minty. I'm thinking my cousin messed with this before. We're thinking it's the metal here on the door itself. Even though this is an OEM door, this is a Toyota door, we're thinking this is the actual problem itself, but we're not 100% sure because we can't get that to line up. So we're not sure if it's that or if it's the door itself. So I do need to take off the passenger side on this car, which again, I really just don't feel like doing, to be honest. But I need to do it or I will never know what the issue is, and then after the fact, I'll be like, I should have just done that so I don't have to dick with all this. So that's the next thing I'm about to do. All right, guys, dry and done now. It came out, I'm happy. See the texture it has to it too, so it looks like it's not just like a flat color. Super happy with it. I'm really happy. Again, guys, this is the way to do it. Again, you want to lay a light coat, do multiple coats. This is 6 total. That was the last one. This is 6 total, 1 hour apart. I know that kind of sucks, so you kind of have to stay on top of it because if you wait too long, then you have to wait 24 hours. So it depends on what you want to do, what you're doing that day. So kind of have this off the side while you're doing other stuff. It's a little time consuming, I know, but it's definitely well worth it when it's all said and done. So now I just got to wait for them to dry 24 hours. So tomorrow after work, I'll go ahead and install these and get them in. And this should look really freaking good. But again, that Rust-Oleum paint, which is over here, is this matte stuff. Make sure it's the matte one. Don't get satin or anything else. Make sure it's the matte one and stay back. The one thing I do hate is the sprayer on these suck. Like, it is a horrible sprayer design. I get it's for furniture, so it doesn't need to be perfect. So it's not like the automotive sprayers. I really, really, really despise the sprayer on this thing, though. I really wish it had something a little bit better spread. So everything turned out nice. It actually matches this pretty well. These are a little bit lighter than this, so I might have to respray this panel just because this one I got a little too heavy and a little too wet. But I think it'll be okay. While these were out too, I went ahead and cleaned up all the buttons on everything. Went ahead and got these cleaned up. Like, there's so much dirt and grime. It's disgusting how much your finger sheds too. Like, down in here, I could pull chunks out of each one of these little clickers, I guess, for the up and down for the window. Absolutely disgusting. I didn't realize how much comes off your physical hand when you're touching those. Gross. I did get good news from the powder coater. I'm going to pick up the parts here at the beginning of this week, so either tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll go ahead and pick up the powder coated parts. So I can put the valve covers on this. I should be able to get the spark plug cover on. Then once JT finishes up the titanium hardware for this side, we'll put on the runners for over here and get all that bolted up and put on the fuel system, which we're using the factory fuel system setup. I really wish there was a good way I could clean up this fuel wear without worrying about messing up the injectors. I'm more worried about the injectors than anything, but this fuel wear looks like hot trash and it just bothers the shit out of me. It's a weird fuel wear because, like, if you see, the injector like sits inside the rail. Like, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's so freaking weird. And so, like, it's actually built into the rail. Look how thick it is. And it puts, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just really, really weird the way it works. Instead of being like on top of it and pressing fuel down from the top, it's actually going through the center somehow. So it's running fuel through the center of each injector. Instead of just being on the top and going by it, it's going through it. So I'm not sure if that's a better design. Obviously OEM knows better than most. All right, guys, and on that note, I'm going to sign out here. Thank you very much for tuning in today. If there's anything you'd like to know, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.